Having dedicated almost my entire young life learning about the Second World War, it's kind of strange to sit at home in the Netherlands on Memorial Day. This year, COVID-19 has limited our ability to individually take care for our graves. Normally me and many other Europeans go out to the American military cemeteries during the Memorial Day weekend to put flowers at the graves of young men that gave their lives during the liberation of Europe. We do that so that on Memorial Day itself, every grave has been taken care out of respect for our liberators. But even though it feels so unnatural to not be able to pay our respects physically, I think we should do our very best to pay our respects digitally. I myself am an adopter of a name on the wall of missing at the military cemetery of Margraten, the Netherlands. The name I adopted is Herman H. Miller Jr. He was only 25 years old when his aircraft was shut down on February 21st, 1944 near the Dutch coast. He was exactly the same age as I am now. But instead of sitting at home due to a pandemic, Miller was a pilot of a B-24 Liberator aircraft in the 579th Squadron of the 392nd Bomb Group, part of the 8th Air Force. At 6 o'clock in the morning of February 21st, Miller and 35 other crews were briefed for a mission with the target set on Hansdorf Airfield, with Vorden Airfield being struck as an alternative. The crew took off at 9:30, but due to bad weather over the primary target, the alternative target was chosen. For Miller, everything seemed to go according to plan until the crew was en route back to England after bombing their target. Second Lieutenant Herman H. Miller and his aircraft with his crew of 10 were seen on return, with engine number 3 afire, followed by an explosion directly beneath the aircraft. The explosion was believed to have been a bomb still aboard the aircraft. The aircraft went out of control and was seen to regain stabilized flight once again as it followed below the main bomber stream for a period amount of time. Just as the aircraft began crossing of the English Channel, it was seen to begin a turn and head for the enemy coast again, which was the last the crew and aircraft were heard from. All the men are now listed as missing in action. Sometimes I ask myself if we ever learned from the Second World War, because of all the hatred that is still out there today. That's why we can't stress enough why it is important to remember each soldier's story individually. Also, during times when freedom is not naturally